lovely Friday afternoon?
Very excited.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
So
Hi, I didn't realize I was on mute. Yeah, good, thank you.
Hey, Mel. So Mel, are you in Australia?
No, in France. I'm English though. Yeah.
Okay. I was way off. Okay.
To be honest, you weren't, because a lot of people think I have a slight Australian accent, but
yeah,
it's where I'm from. I'm down south of of England, so that's where the confusion is.
That makes sense. And Dixie, where are you from?
I'm in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Oh, nice. And Priyanka, you are in
Toronto, Canada.
Toronto, Canada. Okay. And Kristen, remind me where you are.
I'm in Norway.
Norway. Okay, great.
In the middle of
Kristen had come a couple weeks ago and someone else was read, and I promised her that if she came back, she would receive a reading. So she will be the one who will be on the hot seat today.
Oh. My heart is pounding.
So, the Akashic records are really user-friendly. Someone asked me to explain them the other day, and I said they're basically like the iCloud of every experience that your soul has ever had, every thought, every feeling, every emotion, every action, through all dimensions. Thank you, Priya. Through all lifetimes. You know, whether you've been an Arcturian, whether you've been from planet Xenon, whether you've been from Andromeda, whether you're in the past, the present, or the future, all that information is in the Akashic records. And I first came across the Akashic records when I was 11 years old, because my mom gave me a copy of the book, The Sleeping Prophet, about Edgar Cayce. And I just became fascinated with anything kind of metaphysical, you know, at this tender age. And back in 2017, a girlfriend of mine posted on Facebook, and she said, I've just been trained to read the Akashic records. And I was like, wait, what? That's possible? And she said she was looking for volunteers, so I volunteered to be one of the people that she read. And what she told me, like, I was just moved to tears, and I cried. And I was like, oh my God, like things I'd always believed or known about myself. And here, you know, here was this field of energy that had, you know, my entire history in it. It was really gorgeous. So I said, how did you learn this? And she's like, I learned from a girl who learned from a girl who learned from a guy who learned from a girl who studied with Linda Howe, who wrote the, you know, the quintessential book, How to Read the Akashic Records. So I started following Linda Howe on Facebook. And then one day back in 2018, or I guess it was the end of 2017, she announced that starting in January of 2018, she was going to be teaching a class that was, you know, going to be 3 months long, and it was ridiculously expensive, but I didn't care. I would have paid anything for it, you know. And 48 of us studied with her for 3 months, meeting every single week and doing one of the most intensive trainings of my lifetime. And we had people literally from all over the world. So it was incredible. And I came out of there as, you know, she titled us as Advanced Akashic Record Practitioners. And all I knew was that I now had access to a resource that I had always known existed, somehow felt familiar to me. And, you know, was just thrilled beyond belief. And then it became apparent to me that I needed to start teaching people how to read the records. It wasn't just enough to do a reading for a person. So I teach people how to read the records. And then I also teach people a technique that I call Akashic healing, based on some other studies that I have done years and years and years ago. I've been on this path for the past 33 years, I guess you could say, since 1989. So I married all that together, and I now teach this technique where I teach people how to read the records for themselves. And it's not just about learning how to read the records, it's about how to go in and do the healing. So, you know, some people call it past life healing, but sometimes you're in the past and sometimes you're in the future. And sometimes you're in a simultaneous existence because your soul has a couple versions of you that are alive on Earth at the same time, or, you know, that are on your Pleiadian, or you're, you know, from Betelgeuse or wherever you're from. So it's going to be a very interesting journey for you all to see this in action. And, you know, again, if this is something that you would want to learn how to do for yourself, you know, I can tell you, if you're interested in training, you can either read her book, you can come and do the live training class, so on and so forth. So how it works is there's a prayer that I say out loud. There's a portion that I say that's silent. And then there comes a point where I connect with the records of the person that I'm reading, kind of like from crown chakra to third eye to the throat and then to the heart. You connect with that person, their records open up. It's not me, Lynn. I channel, so I'm an oracle. So it'll be me channeling Kristen's guides as they come to speak with her. Okay. They're already starting to come. So, Kristen, I'm going to ask you for your full legal name.
Yes.
First, middle, and last, like how you would sign your taxes or a legal document.
Yes. My name is, actually, it's pronounced Christine. But,
okay.
but it's spelled Kristin.
Okay.
But I pronounce it Christine, you know, in my dad. Yes. And my last name, Storstein.
Christine. Okay. Beautiful. Do you have the middle name?
No.
All right. Beautiful. So without any further delay, does anybody have any questions before I go in? Okay. So Christine, I want you to think of a question that you want to ask of the records. It can be a question that is self-interested. So, you know, why do I do this? Why does this happen? Why do I have this fear? Why do I have this love? What is my soul connection to so-and-so? But you can't ask a question about why is my husband this way? My mother, my father, my sister, my brother, my son, my daughter. You can't ask questions about others. You can only ask questions about yourself and the records. The only time I can ever ask questions of others is when I have their permission. And they're not here, so we don't have their permission. The information that'll come through will either come from the lords of the records, the masters, the teachers of the loved ones, and they will come with wisdom for you. Some really, really intense wisdom. Okay. All right. Without further ado, I'm going to go in. Priyanka, are you recording?
Yes, yes.
That's right. Okay, great. All right, beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, we got to fix that. I don't know why that is. We'll figure it out. Okay. I call upon the violet flame of Saint Germain. Saint Germain, I ask you to surround each of us in your beautiful violet ray. I ask you to guide us. I ask you to protect us for the information that is being revealed today. And so we do acknowledge the forces of light, asking for guidance, direction, and courage. Oh, Holy Spirit of God, direct my attention to the work at hand. Help me to know Christine in the light of the Akashic records, to see Christine through the eyes of the Lords of the records, and enable me to share the wisdom and compassion that the masters, teachers, and loved ones of Christine have for her. The records are now open. How may we be of assistance?
Well, thank you for helping me, and thank you for having me here. I'm wondering, I think I'm afraid of something in this life, and it has to do with my abilities as practitioner of healing or a medium channeler in that genre. I feel like I am blocking myself or closing myself up, and I know I'm here for. Somebody told me I'm here on the earth this lifetime for the mass population. I know I'm supposed to help people, and I'm wondering, what am I afraid of?
Beloved, we are seeing an incarnation that happened for you, that happened on the eastern coast of the North American continent, that of these United States, where because of your gifts, because of your abilities, you were sentenced to death. It occurred as a drowning for you. There is a fear that you have of water that is associated with this. There is a way in which you were unwilling to renege or relinquish your understanding of magic, your understanding of the voices that you heard, and you were accused indeed of being a witch. This is a lineage that lives within you. And so there is, it was the year of 1751 when the persecution began, 1757 when you were actually condemned to death. You have made a decision, beloved, if you will, that it is not safe for you to reveal yourself in the world. You do indeed have a gift that is rather profound. And this is something that had occurred to you at a similar time within the region of France, where you were hung rather than drowned, and you do not enjoy having anything that is around the throat. The idea of not being able to breathe will turn you into a panic. And this is a scenario, beloved, that you must understand that you yourself have chosen to experience. And it has been so that you could learn the role of forgiveness. You could then allow yourself to emerge once again like the phoenix from the ashes, to bring forth what it is that not only do you know, and not only do you have incredible ability with, but something that you are actually meant to teach, which is how a being can open their heart and their mind to communicate with the souls of those who are no longer incarnated within this dimension. And beloveds, this is nothing is to be feared, and yet there is fear that lives within you from the memory of the ways in which you were persecuted and the ways in which you had released and relinquished the physical body. There are many, many stories that are known of these trials and the beheadings and the hangings and the drownings. But beloved, you would be able to find yourself within the history books. There is a way that you have chosen other lifetimes to keep yourself away from what you consider to be the magic. There are ways in which you have kept yourself hidden, shall we say, out of the public eye to avoid that kind of persecution. When you look into this one incarnation, you will find that there are family members for you now that were part of those who accused you. And these are the beings that you feel are in your life right now that you must protect yourself from as well. In particular, that of your father, having a critical eye towards you. Beloved, you can and you will release this dynamic. There is help that is available to you. Of course, the fear that you hold on to is the unexpressed emotion of what it was to die in this manner, knowing that you were being accused of something. It was not full witchery, beloved, but your ability to know things, your ability to speak to animals as well as those who have passed. You have an understanding when an animal is expressing itself. This comes with your sensitivity, your nature, to be able to communicate with and at a frequency of spirit, of soul, if you will. Does this resonate with you, beloved one?
Yes, very much so. Yes.
So when you ask what can be done about this, what can be done is the delving within to the memories, the allowing oneself to experience that which was designated to not be experienced, and to allow oneself to forgive the beings who had placed you in these circumstances, as well as to forgive the soul's journey. For all you have ever done, beloved, is asked to experience what it would be like to be victimized in a circumstance. When you are truly a creator being, you want to experience the effect of your creations. Now, beloved, you must understand there were times when you were the one who were persecuting these same types of beings. So you must experience, as they say, both sides of the coin.
Yeah, I know.
And so you, beloved one, this is being presented to you at this time because it is rising to the surface of your consciousness for healing. And from there, you will be able to launch yourself magnificently. We have been waiting for you. We thank you for returning. And we will indeed be speaking with you again.
Oh, thank you very much.
Blessings to you, beloved. Oh. Now I say a closing prayer. I would like to thank the masters, teachers, and loved ones for their love and compassion. I would like to thank the Lord for the Akashic records for their point of view. And I would like to thank the Holy Spirit of Light for all knowledge and healing. The records are now closed. Amen. The records are now closed. Amen. The records are now closed. Amen. Whew. So just so you know, I don't have recollection because when I channel, they push me so far out of the way. So whatever was said was meant for you. I pray that it resonated with you.
Yes, it did. And I'm so speechless, really.
Yeah.
And I thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, you're so welcome.
Oh.
If any of you would like to have readings, you know, I have a group of students who offer readings. I train them, and then I kind of unleash them on the world to work with people. I offer healings myself. I offer the training. If you ever want to learn how to read, everyone has the God-given ability to be able to read their own Akashic records. And you can learn how to do readings for others as well. And then you can learn to do the healing within the records, which is probably the most profound part for me. That's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, I would like to learn more about the Akashic records.
Okay.
I did that when I found you, and I found these videos. I watched every video on your channel.
You're so sweet. You're so sweet. Okay.
So I would like to learn about that, and I'm interested in finding out more about myself and my soul's purpose. All that.
It's an incredible journey. I actually have a workshop. think it's Thursday, June 30th. We're starting. It's a 6-week program. It trains you in how to remove energy that's blocked and trapped. It opens up your clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentience, claircognizance. It teaches you how to work with energy like a whole, like an entity. It teaches you how to do incident handling when there's trauma, because when you go into the Akashic records, all kinds of stuff comes out. It teaches you how to read the Akashic records, and then it teaches you how to do healing in the Akashic records. And I'm happy to. You found me on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay. So do me a favor. Send me a message on Facebook, and I can send you the link for that, so you can.
Yeah.
If that's something you want to do. Yeah, it's really cool. I love it's one of my favorite classes to teach. I have a group of students that on Wednesday we started a 6-month mastermind in which I'm teaching them my whole year curriculum of all the psychic healing and training tools that I've studied over the past 33 years. I have 29 certificates, far too many certificates. It's like I have something to prove, but I've just been fascinated, in the whole field of quantum physics and quantum mechanics and string and field theory. And, I'm a psychic and a medium and a full body trance channel. And what else am I? I'm a licensed, a certified hypnotherapist. I'm a Reiki master in 2 different disciplines. I'm a twice certified yoga teacher. So the integration of physical with the emotional and the mental and the spiritual, that's my jam. I'd rather talk about that than just about anything else. Unless it's Star Wars, the MC universe and the Avengers. I'm a huge science fiction geek because I'm like, I remember them, I know them. Anyway, it's very fun when you get into all that, because it's like you realize that the mind can only perceive what it knows and understands. And when we are frightened by something, when we are moved by something, it's because some part of us remembers it. It's really fascinating. I think Joe Dispenza is a gift from God. If you don't know his work, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself and Becoming Supernatural are 2 phenomenal books that I highly, highly recommend. So I thank you all for being here. Christine, I look forward to communicating with you.
Yes.
Mel and Betsy, I invite you guys to come
Thank you
back.
so much.
Oh my God, you're so welcome. And if you come back and you've been here before, I will move you to the front of the line, because that's what I've had to do. Anyway, happy Friday, everybody. I observe Shabbat. I go into silence and fasting for 24 hours. It starts at 8:27 tonight here in New York until tomorrow. So I'll be off the grid. But if you want to reach me, if you want to schedule a private session, if you want to work with one of my students, I have some extraordinary students that are very, very affordable. Let me put it that way. I just raised my prices. I've been really, really busy. I raised my prices. I know this sounds crazy, but because I can't work with as many people as I've been working with. But I don't know if that makes sense. In my mind, it makes sense. It was what was recommended to me by my mentor. Anyway, but if it is something that you want to do, I'm happy to help you in any way that I can.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you.
My pleasure, my pleasure. And thanks for being here, Dixie. I hope you enjoyed that.